It's Argus Hamilton with tonight's Argus Hamilton's Comedy Store Tonight Quarantine Monologue. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to have a lot of fun with some jokes on today's news and invite you to stay tuned to the Comedy Store website. We've got lots of fun things coming your way during this endless quarantine, I swear. You know, it's funny. The Comedy Store is now in its 33rd day of shutdown. I missed the crowds like it was oxygen. But it's funny, you know, I told a joke in February about coronavirus and nobody got it. And now today, everyone's got it. Yeah, it kills in some areas. Well, there was a big announcement out of the White House today. It looks like stuff is going to slowly start opening up area by area. The Kardashians are beginning with above the waist. By the way, the White House Coronavirus Task Force came out today and they had some specific advice or instructions for 3 different cities. The task force advised New Yorkers to be sure and observe home quarantine. They ordered Chicagoans to be sure and observe social distancing. And they begged residents of San Francisco to please wash their hands after using the sidewalk. In sports today, I have no idea who won this day's replay of the Masters at Augusta. I just watch it for the crowd singing. It's like porn for the home confined. Did you hear the news? Staples today. This is the funniest news of the day. Staples has decided to give away all their 2020 planning calendars. Because what plans are there to be made now? Because you think about it, 2020 is a unique leap year. It has 29 days in February, 300 days in March, and 5 years in April. You know, and as for me, I spend all day at home. I waste hours online. I binge watch Netflix, and I have all my food delivered. I mean, this virus has sickened a lot of people, but it's turned me into a millennial. Oh, I feel 40 years younger. So, anyway, maybe I'll be age appropriate now for the women I like to chase. So, home confinement, though, has taught millennials a valuable lesson, a life lesson, an important lesson. And that lesson is this. You don't need fun to have alcohol. On a more serious note, China. The media was all over China yesterday because it was reported that they sealed off all of China from Wuhan in November, but allowed people from Wuhan to fly all over the world and infect everybody. But luckily for China, they got the media back on their side today, when China revealed that the virus was created by 2 bats wearing MAGA hats. Now China's the toast of CNN. Speaking of scientists reported today, now this is an important tip, that warm air and natural light will help slow the spread of the virus. And if natural light is not available, any cheap beer will do. Elizabeth Warren yesterday finally endorsed Joe Biden for president. She reminded Joe that if he's looking for a minority vice presidential running mate, a minority woman vice presidential running mate, Liz warned Joe. She reminded him that Anglo-Saxons are now a minority. Yes, those were the smoke signals. Anyway, Nancy Pelosi was on CBS the other night. Everybody's talking about this. It was late night with James Corden on CBS, and she had the cameras in her kitchen. And she showed off her $30,000 refrigerator, this huge thing filled with ice cream. Did you see how huge this refrigerator was? I mean, the cardboard box alone provides housing for 4 just outside her security. Meanwhile, if you're looking for a job, many companies are hiring. There's a hiring binge for certain areas of the economy that's servicing all this home demand. Important question for you if you're looking for a job. When you were a child, did you enjoy ringing on doorbells and running away before they could answer? If so, UPS is hiring. And finally, this story, true story in Switzerland. Did you hear about the Swiss bus driver yesterday? A Swiss bus driver was bringing a bus load of passengers somewhere, and suddenly, without warning, the bus driver began masturbating behind the wheel in front of the horrified passengers. I mean, really? Don't you just hate it when bus drivers pull out in front of you without warning and then jerk to a stop? Sorry about that. I had to make sure everybody had their joke for today, and I sure enjoyed your company. Here's what I want you to do. Stay tuned tomorrow night for more monologues, more news from the Comedy Store from right here. Argus Hamilton's Comedy Store Quarantine Monologue, and can't wait till we're all back together on the Sunset Strip together, laughing it up at the world-famous Comedy Store. I miss you, and I love you. I'm Argus Hamilton. Thanks for tuning in.